Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and guest. A warm welcome to meeting number 250 of the Gabbys Toastmaster Club. I am Toastmaster Prasangmani, your Sergeant at Arm for today's meeting. As Sergeant at Arm, it is my duty to highlight some key points for the meeting. The first, the meeting is blocked for 2 hours, urging you to stay for entire duration to get the maximum benefit. Second, your video should be on, your audio should be off. Only unmute yourself when you need to speak or call to speak. Regarding the topic of sex, politics, and religion, even though Toastmaster International does not put any restriction, at the Gabi Toastmaster Club, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful while speaking on these sensitive topics and abstain from expressing any controversial views. Our club mission is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. With this, now let me hand over this meeting to our presiding officer, DTM Sauradatta. Before I do so, let me introduce the DTM Sauradatta. DTM Sauradatta is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all 11 Toastmaster pathways. With over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JCPenney. He is a seasoned expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. Now a social entrepreneur, he co-founded Practive in 2020 to support students, MSMEs, non-profit, and women entrepreneurs. A proud father and lifelong learner, Saurav is passionate about empowering others through learning and leadership. Now let's welcome our today presiding officer, DTM Saurav Datta, with a round of applause. Over to you.
Thank you so much. That was our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Prasang Mani. Thank you, Prasang, for starting the meeting right on time and ensuring that all the role takers are present. We still are waiting for one of our speakers, but that's okay. She'll join us along the way, 10:05 precisely. Okay, a warm welcome to the Gabbys meeting number 250. Almost 5 years back in the month of September, our journey started with one club in 2020 amidst COVID. And I think it's been a long way. The funny thing is that the good thing is that out of all the 23 people who started this club 5 years back, 3 of us are still here. One is, and the good thing is that all the 3 are distinguished Toastmaster, which means that we are here meaningfully, right? So rightfully, which is distinguished Toastmaster Aparna Raja, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goyal, and distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta. So all of these are the 3 of the 23 that we have finally managed to retain 5 years down the line. We also have a few people who joined us not at the time of charter, but soon after the charter. Some of them have joined us back. One of them is there on the camera, dazzling, bright, glowing up the screen. Right, that's our table topic master for today, Toastmaster Ritu George. Ritu has been a sergeant at arms of the club, and at one point of time, people used to join our Toastmaster, the Gabbys meetings, to know how an SA role should be played. Because she was the talk of the town in the way she used to start the meeting with a lot of grace, a lot of panache and all, right? So I still think Ritu and Reena, they were 2 of the finest SAs that we have had in our club. And maybe across the Toastmasters fraternity, I've never seen people come with so much of a josh and so much of an innovation in the way they're doing this role. Prasang definitely does a great job in terms of the meeting logistics and everything that he does as an essay. But I think when it comes to the script and all, there's a different style that they bring to the table. And Prasang, there's no shame in learning, right? And you're learning from some of the best. So maybe borrow a few things from these ladies. I think it's been a very, very useful journey in the last 5 years. Why do I say so? Because one of the things that I noticed is that a bit of a bragging here, but a lot of the things that we have done at the Gabbys, or we have practiced at the Gabbys, we have eventually seen Toastmaster adopted. And two examples I have right now. One is the we created a dashboard, if you remember. Some of you who were there probably around a couple of years back, we had created a very elaborate dashboard where we were tracking every member's progress, which project, when did they complete, what was the speech title, because we did not have that option to capture that option on the Toastmaster website, not on the Basecamp, not anywhere else. I was so happy to see that this year the Basecamp has made exactly the same change and giving us the inputs exactly the way we used to show the member progress. Another thing which we started at the Gabbys, which got us a lot of resentment, a lot of brickbats. We lost a few members who said that we will not want to continue in a club which treats us like school children and which feels like a school, because we made it compulsory for you to complete meeting roles, to take up meeting roles before you complete your level is approved. And I very categorically remember we have had our VP at that time, Sudharma Pereira, Karthik Venugopal, Nancy, all of these people, they had a lot of trouble with members calling up and saying that, I am a distinguished Toastmaster in so and so club. How can you even ask me to take up a role before I complete a level? I would go to a club, I'll file it from another club and all that. Again, this year, in the month of October now, as you would know probably, the Toastmasters has brought that change where for completing every level, you will have to complete a few roles also. If you don't play those roles, your level is not marked as complete. Like listener or timer, grammarian. So, which means that if we are doing things today, which Toastmaster is following suit tomorrow, it means as a member of the Toastmasters fraternity, we are adding some value. People are replicating the best practices. And that is something which is very, very heartening to see. I would like to thank all of you who have helped us in this journey in the last 5 years as we start the 250th meeting today. I hereby declare the meeting to order. I have got a couple of guests I see in the meeting. I see Uttara, I see Geeta. I'll first ask Geeta to introduce herself because she's on camera. I would want to hear from her first. Geeta,
Yeah,
quick
so
introduction
hi
about
with
yourself,
you.
please.
I'm sorry, I was mute. Yeah. Myself, I joined newly into Thrive Toastmasters Club at Kargil, District 92. So by profession, I work as a cloud security engineer at Kargil. By passion, so I have interest towards Ayurveda, spirituality, and of course, teaching children. And I'm very passionate about engaging with people from diverse cultures, different perspectives, so that I would derive a lot of values from. I believe that I would derive a lot of values from unique perspectives. So, of course, I joined Toastmasters to improve my communication skills, stage presence, body language, and whatnot, right? So, yeah, very excited to be part of this event today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Geeta. We also have got Uttara. Uttara, would you want to please quickly introduce yourself? If possible, please come on camera, Uttara, otherwise we can understand. Are you there, Uttara? Possible to introduce yourself? Okay. Uttara will wait for you, or maybe during the course of the meeting, we'll hear from you. In the meanwhile, if you want, please do introduce yourself over chat as well. We always have that option open. I also have the pleasure of welcoming one more member to our club. I'm very happy. I feel really happy when I see new members joining our club. But I absolutely feel elated when I see members coming back to Toastmaster through Gabbys. And I'm over the moon when I see Gabbys members leaving Gabbys and coming back to Gabbys. We must have done something right that, that breakup was not really a breakup. Right. So with this, let me now invite our newest member to the club, who was a member previously. Now he has joined back, which is Toastmaster Piyush Mohanty. Piyush, welcome back to the Gabbys.
Thank you so much, Saurav. Yeah, I just joined back, deposited my money yesterday only, and yeah, I happy to be back. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Piyush. Thank you for joining us. With this, we now have got 54 members with both the clubs put together, steadily growing, and we are getting a very good participation also from all of you. So I was watching the roster, and every week I see new names in terms of speakers, rule takers, which is a very positive sign. There's no point in having 100 members and 20 people active in the club. There's something that consciously we're working towards not making that happen. Right. So thank you all of you for your participation and welcome, Piyush. I see Uttara has raised her hand. Uttara, I would love to hear from you. A quick introduction about yourself, please.
Yes, I raised my hand because I just stepped my dog had just done something outside, so I went to quickly go and get it sorted. I did hear my name. I'm sorry I didn't respond earlier. My name is Uttara Sharma, and I am here as a guest today because well, it's a slightly longish reason. I currently am working with IBM and I head their learning and knowledge team for the BPO organization in India. And I have been in the I have been privileged to be able to speak in front of people, different diverse kinds of people over the years. I've learned through Dale Carnegie training. I'm a certified Dale Carnegie trainer, and presentation skills, communication skills are my areas of training, are my expertise areas of training. Now, everyone asked me, why do you want to join Toastmasters? You don't need to. And I said, look, what's gotten me here is not going to get me there. I don't, now I don't train a lot. It's been about 2 or 3 years since I've taken a slight backseat on training. And that is the reason I want to be in Toastmasters. One, because I want to learn from different other people. When you come to a certain position in your career, your own learning, unless you're very motivated, reduces, and therefore I want to really keep in touch with what my skill, my expertise area is. The other big reason is I have been training people at different levels of their in different levels of their career. What I haven't had a chance to do really is to go out there and speak to thousands of people in one go. And I think this is one platform that I will get that will take me to places where I'm able to express my views, talk to others, share what I have learned over the years, and also, of course, continue learning. And the final and the most foremost reason is when you're a trainer, nobody gives you feedback. You get feedback saying, how's the program? How's the content? Did you like the trainer? And usually people like me because I'm fun in the classroom. But what I want really is some great critical feedback that I can use to improve, my own communication, my own ability to connect and engage with audiences. And these are my three reasons for being here. I have been introduced to the Gabbys Toastmasters Club by Kanika Batra, who has been fairly active in the Toastmasters scene. And I'm looking forward to seeing how I can learn and add value to my own skill sets out here. Long but important introduction. Thank you so much, Saurav.
Thank you so much, Uttara, and I appreciate you introducing yourself with so much of passion and so much of sincerity.
Thank you.
One interesting thing about Toastmasters, and this is for everyone, Uttara brings up out a very important point that, why do I need to join Toastmaster? I'm already a trainer. I'm already speaking well. Now, this is the beauty of Toastmaster. In Toastmaster, if you're here, you can go till here. If you're here, you can go till here. If you're here, you can go here. Right? So, the beauty of Toastmaster is that you really don't need to be at the same level as me to be a Toastmaster and make the most of Toastmaster. You can be a much better speaker than me and still benefit from Toastmaster. I can be a struggler, I can be a rookie, I can be taking the stage for the first time and still benefit from Toastmaster. So it really does not matter which stage of your speaking journey you are, as long as you are willing to invest on yourself, on your public speaking skills, on your communication skills, you're ready to grow. And the second very important thing that Uttara mentioned is that about evaluation and feedback. I would take the example, I would take the liberty of my mentee, talking about my mentee here, Sanjay. Sanjay is a senior director with one of the leading corporates, real estate companies of India. And I'm sure Sanjay gets a lot of feedback on his performance, gives a lot of feedback on his performance, right, about various business metrics. But I seriously doubt anyone, Sanjay being so senior, anyone would stop Sanjay during a meeting and say, Sanjay, you're using a lot of ahs and ums. Don't do that. Or Sanjay, why are you saying I know, I know, I know? Maybe you know, but I don't know. No one will do that. But are people actually joking, sulking, smirking about us using such forms and fillers during our meetings? Maybe they are. Right. So they're not telling you does not mean they're not noticing or they're not finding it irritating. And that is what happens at Toastmaster. Whether you're CEO of a company, whether you're a chartered accountant, whether you're a doctor, we have got so many doctors, including some very senior doctors in our club. And some college kid, someone like a Pratibhu, he feels totally comfortable telling that person that, you're using a lot of wrong English, ma'am. Right. And that's what's the beauty of Toastmaster is. It's a great leveler. And now we are going to do something that we do at the Gabbys, not do at many other clubs, which is crack jokes on which no one loves. And today, the person who has decided to bite that bullet is from Madurai, Toastmaster Michael Joshua. Michael runs his own cybersecurity company, a very good friend of mine. And again, one of those members who was a part of the Gabbys, left the Gabbys, couldn't stay away from the Gabbys, so came back to Gabbys. So, and Michael, all yours.
Uh, Thanks, Saurabh, for such a warm introduction. So, I am about to hear for a tough job. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. How many of you, let me ask one question. How many of you have uh, messed up at your speech at Toastmasters? No one else? Yeah, there are people. Okay, so I'm not alone here. So we are all at the same sinking boat, at least in Toastmasters. In Toastmasters, we think with applause. Toastmasters is the only place in the world where people clap, smile, and nod even when you crack and destroy the English language. When I did my first speech, I was fully sweaty. I forgot my introduction, conclusion. I was nowhere in the middle of my speech. I was like very nervous, still nervous. After completing my speech, some people came to me and said, "Wow, what a conference speech." Conference speech? I was shake like a mobile phone on silent mode. That's when I realized the power of Toastmaster. People will be like, if you can speak anything at Toastmasters, people will come in front of and tell you something positive in it. You can absolutely speak anything else. If I say 100 someone will say, "Wow, you use good variety of fillers." If I stare downwards, people say that good downward eye contact. If I goes blank, good usage of pause. But if you go outside of Toastmasters, it's something totally different. At work, your boss don't say that. If you miss some words, he will say, "Wow, what a good pause." He will say goodbye. So Toastmasters is the safest place to fail, but fail with feedback. Feedback comes at the end with smile, with applause, and with sometimes with best speaker award. So, friends, I tell you, when you forget your speech in the next time, how I am doing sometimes, I'm also sometimes forgetting now. And when you mix up your words, don't run, don't panic. Just stay calm, just smile like me because you're still at Toastmasters. This is the only place people hear up, even when you completely mess up your speech. Thank you, Toastmasters. Just remember, keep laughing, keep learning, keep failing safely. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Michael. So, thank you for taking the stage and your attempt at humor. This is one of the most daunting things to do in public speaking, cracking a joke and making people laugh. And at the Gabbys, we always tell you, don't worry whether we are laughing or not. You come and do your job. And one day we will start enjoying your humor. One day you'll feel more confident to go to a bigger stage. And as Michael said, it's a safe space. So come here, even if you're failing, no problem. Come back again the next day. And with that message, I would now want to hand over the stage to someone who I have been really impressed with. You know, I say that she is one of the most enthusiastic members of the Toastmasters fraternity in District 92. Whenever you ask for volunteers, you see her hand raised. Um, if you're thinking that she is a full-time Toastmaster, you'll not be wrong in assuming that the kind of sincerity and the dedication she has. But here's the thing. She's extremely successful as a professional. She works for one of the big four consultancy firms and carries over 14 years of professional experience in finance and tech consulting projects and has built her career as a project management professional. She enjoys solo traveling and discovering new places. And right now, she is learning a lot, doing a lot with Toastmasters for Toastmasters as the VP Public Relations of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. I have the pleasure of introducing our Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi M. Over to you, Sri Lakshmi.
Thank you so much, distinguished Saurav Datta, for this warm introduction. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests. Before we move ahead with the theme, any guesses about the theme? Any guesses as to what we'll be discussing today?
Walk the bark, something.
Yeah, it's bark the talk and walk the walk. Anything that you can actually relate to? Any pet lovers here in the forum today?
Yeah, me.
Okay. So could I see some quick raise of hand if you're a dog lover? Okay. Myself too. And anyone in the forum who are cat lovers? Okay. Anyone else who loves any other pets apart from cats and dogs? Okay, Pushpak, what pet do you have at home?
Cow lover. Cow.
Oh,
I
cow.
have 3, 4 cows at my house. Yeah.
Nice. Anyone else? Any other pets? Got it. So if you're a dog lover and a cat lover, you're the true peacemakers of the pet world. So today's meeting, as rightly said by everyone, is all about discussing about dogs and cats. It's going to be positively special because we're diving into the wonderful world of pet lovers. The theme, which is Bark the Talk, Purr the Walk, celebrates the playful energy of dogs and the graceful charm of cats. Maybe it will reveal whether you're more of a barker or a purr at heart. Dogs wear their hearts on their paws. They bark out with love, loyalty, and joy without hesitation. But cats, on the other side, they glide through life with quiet confidence, purring softly, but making their presence felt in their own elegant way. So, quick trivia bite: dogs can learn up to 250 words, but cats, they choose not to respond to the words. And if you've actually noticed, dogs will fetch the ball, but cats will actually make you fetch theirs. So, before we come back to hear some of your stories and your experiences with your pets, I would like to move ahead with the structure of the meeting today. So, for the benefit of the guest in today's meeting, I would like to explain the structure of today's meeting, which is a regular Toastmaster setup meeting. So, we'll be having three sections. The first section is going to be a prepared speech section, followed by a table topic session, which is more of impromptu speaking. And the last section is an evaluation section. So before we move ahead, I would like to call upon the general evaluator for today's meeting to explain her role and also explain her TEL team's role. So general evaluator today is Toastmaster Mamta Jain. She brings with her a unique blend of creativity and logic, being both a visual designer and an engineer. This rare combination shapes her perspective, allowing her to tackle challenges with imaginative flair and analytical precision. Beyond her professional pursuits, he finds joy in Swade, reading religious texts, painting, and practicing yoga. Now I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Mamta Jain, who is a general evaluator today, to explain her role further. Over to you, Mamta Jain.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the general evaluator for today's meeting, my role is to observe and evaluate the entire meeting right from the start until the end when we close. My aim is to highlight what went well and suggest areas for improvement so that every meeting becomes even more better than previous. And of course, I don't do this alone. I have a wonderful TEL team to support me, the timer, language evaluator, and the listener. Now let's welcome our timer, Toastmaster Jay Parikh, who will keep an eye on the clock and ensure every segment turns on time. Jay Parikh is a second-year student at VIT Vellore with a strong passion for artificial intelligence and machine learning. He believes in learning by doing, which drives him to pursue hand-on projects and real-world challenges. He thrives in the fast-paced environment of hackathons, where he channels his creativity to build impactful solutions that make a difference in people's lives. Please explain your role, Toastmaster Jay Pai.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Today, as the timer for today, I'll help everybody express their thoughts within the allotted time. I'll be keeping the track of time for all speeches, all evaluations, and for the table topics. I'll use the green card to indicate the minimum time, the yellow card to show the midpoint, and the red card to show the end of the session, end of the speech. At the there's also an available grace time on speakers and evaluations for 30 seconds on both the bottom end and the top end. And for the table topics, it is 30-second at the lower end. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
You are speaking on.
Toastmaster Mamta, you're on mute.
You're mute.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay Parikh. Now let's meet our language evaluator, Toastmaster Parpona, who will observe how effectively we all use language, because words, when used well, can inspire, influence, and illuminate. Toastmaster Parpona is a structural design engineer with Emberg Engineering, India. Originally from Visakhapatnam, she is currently working in Gurgaon. She enjoys learning new things and connecting with people from different walks of life. Over to you, Toastmaster Parpona.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a language evaluator, I play a unique role in today's meeting. My job is to focus on how effectively language enhances or detracts from communication. This role is a thoughtful blend of three traditional responsibilities: accounter, grammarian, and wordmaster, but with a twist. I will be noting filler words and sounds like like, or repeated words, but only when they interfere significantly with speech clarity or impact. Word usage, highlighting both impressive language and areas that could benefit from better choices, especially from pronunciation, sentence construction, and rhetorical devices. And finally, the word of the day. Today's word of the day is synergy. Synergy means interaction or cooperation of two or more elements to produce a combined effect greater than sum of their individual effects. Example: our theme, Bar the Talk and Par the Walk, is all about synergy, a perfect balance between assertive communication and graceful execution. Or, when words and actions align with the purpose, they create synergy, a power that multiplies impact. Apart from that, I would also like to give you the idiom of the day, which is walk the talk. Its meaning is to walk the talk means to practice which what you preach, to ensure that your actions are consistent with your words. It's all about backing up your promises or statements with real effort and behavior. Example usage sentence is: a true leader doesn't just inspire others with words, they walk the talk by setting the example. So I encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day and idiom of the day in a meaningful and natural way. I will share my observations in a concise summary towards the end of the meeting. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Parpona. We will all learn from your observations. Now let's welcome our active listener for today's meeting, Toastmaster Sanjay Gupta, who ensures we all are listening actively throughout the meeting and will test our attention with some fun questions later. Toastmaster Sanjay Gupta has over 15 years of experience in the real estate and finance industry, focusing on commercial strategy and operations. He currently serves as Senior Director for Commercial Delivery and Resilience at JLL. Originally from Rewa, Madhya Pradesh, Sanjay has lived and worked across the country and has been calling Bangalore home for the past 4 years. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay Gupta.
Thanks, Toastmaster Mamta, for the introduction. Hope you can hear me clearly. I think one of the things when I was kind of discussing with Saurabh last week, that what roles and how do we do this. So this is something new to me. I've just joined recently, I think a couple of weeks ago. So one of the things I realized is listening is equally important as speaking, and that's why this role is very important for any meeting. What I'm gonna do is listen through the whole speeches, and then at the end of it, maybe test some of you. I'll have some questions prepared and ask did everyone is listening about it, and that's something we'll do. But that's a quick thing that we do in this meeting. Thanks, Mamta. Over to you.
Thank you to my wonderful TEL team. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi.
Yeah, thank you so much, General Evaluator. So before we move ahead to the first section, which is prepared speeches, we didn't get to hear anyone's experiences with their pets. Is there like any two volunteers who can actually go ahead, and we'll actually come back later? Would you like to share your quick story or your memory with your pets, like in quick 30 seconds?
I will go ahead. So I have a Rottweiler at home,
Sure.
Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi.
Yes.
Rottweilers are known for being very ferocious and ferocious nature. People tend to stay away from this breed. But my Rottweiler is complete opposite. He's scared of anything. and he's worse than a puppy, like a newborn puppy. There is a delivery guy who comes, he goes with the delivery guy. Everyone gets scared because of the punk face that my dog has. And he looks literally like a panther, like a black panther. Anyone who looks at him gets really scared. But when they get to know about how he is actually, which is worse than a puppy, they all get taken by surprise that a breed like this also can be so friendly. So if there is a delivery guy, he runs away with delivery guy. There's a postman, he goes away with the postman. There's a fruit vendor, he goes with the fruit vendor. So we have to continuously keep chasing on him so he does not get lost, he does not get kidnapped, because he's so lovely, he's so friendly that even the small kids in the neighborhood, they are like third standard, fourth standard kids, they all come to take him for a walk, which is very surprising for people who don't know about my dog.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepa. I can very well resonate to you because I had a German Shepherd long back, and German Shepherd are supposed to be ferocious. But then he was very friendly. He used to like get along with everyone, used to like, just roam around with anyone who comes, and no one used to be scared with him, and everyone used to pet him around. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Yes, Toastmaster Michael, would you like to share your experience in quick 30 seconds?
Yes. Actually, like long back, 2 years back, I had a few birds, small birds. I don't know the name of the birds. I just bought that for my daughter's birthday. It was quite good initial stage for 1 or 2 weeks, but after some time, we enjoyed and go back. But my mom and my wife started to yell at me because they're the ones who is going to clean every day on that cage. Okay, so me and my daughter only to play with those birds, and we had a very good interactions. But after 3 to 4 months, again the cat came, started to fight with those uh, birds. But it was very hard for me to maintain those things. But still, I love to have. But because of those environments, I just left that maintaining the pets. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Michael. I've never had an experience with birds as pets. I guess it's only with the four-legged animals. So hopefully I do experience having birds at some point of time in the future. Thank you so much for coming forward. But make use of the chat window to please share your stories until we'll come back to you to hear you further. So moving ahead with the prepared speeches. So if dogs could talk, they would probably give long, enthusiastic speeches. And if cats took the stage, they would probably deliver short, mysterious, deep, thought-provoking speeches. So let's see what our speakers have in store today. So our first speaker today is Deepak Mishra, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Deepa. I believe both of you are there in the audience room. Okay. Toastmaster Deepak Mishra is a mechanical engineer with a passion for reading and poetry. He works as a program manager at Rishi Hood University in Haryana, where his engineering background helps him solve problems creatively. Toastmaster Deepak would be attempting level 3, project number 1 of the Pathway Innovative Planning. The project name is Connect with Storytelling. Timer, please note the speech duration is for 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Deepak Mishra, the good boy. The good boy, Toastmaster Deepak Mishra, over to you.
Good morning, Toastmasters. Today I am here to give a speech on the topic, the good boy. I have always been a little anxious and awkward in front of women. Growing up, I was that silent kid who stood in the first row, completed every homework on time, answered every question correctly, and was known as the good boy. While I was busy reading in the library, other boys were doing far more exciting things, playing sports, cracking jokes, having crushes. Some even managed to top the class and had girlfriends. But I had grown up reading Champak magazines. They taught me that good boys study hard, they obey their parents, and never break rules. So I did what I was told. And when your notebooks are always neat and your homework always on time, girls somehow wants to talk to you. I had some of the prettiest girls in my class, and every time one of them spoke to me, my excitement shot through the room. But the moment they smiled, my mind went black, my face turned red, and my voice disappeared. Slowly, I began avoiding them. Not because I didn't want to talk, but because I didn't know how. Then came college. I chose mechanical engineering, a field filled with machines, tools, and boys. It felt safe. No awkward conversations, no nervousness. Just nuts, bolts, and talk. But somewhere deep inside, that good boy still wanted to connect, to talk, to be understood. Years passed, and in my early 30s, the word marriage started echoing around me. No one asked if I was dating someone. They already knew the answer. They just said, "We'll find someone for you." My sister created multiple profiles on different matrimonial apps, and soon we got a proposal. In all the excitement, everyone said yes to meeting the girl. I told my parents, "Please, you go." But they said, "Beta, this time you'll have to go." So I went, and as you all can imagine, I froze. Seeing my condition, the girl started asking questions. And like the good boy I had always been, I answered each one with complete sincerity, detailed, polite, and honest. For the first time in my life, a woman spoke to me for more than 2 minutes. And at the end of the meeting, she said yes. That day, something changed in me. I realized all my life being a good boy, I realized all my life I believed being a good boy was enough. That if I studied hard, followed rules, and did everything right, life would fall into place. But that meeting taught me something new. Being good is fine, but sometimes you also need courage. The courage to speak, the courage to connect, the courage to simply be yourself. Because sometimes all it takes is one yes to remind a good boy that he was always enough. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak, for this wonderful take on this topic, the good boy. I guess we got a lot of insights from you and with your real life experience as a good boy. Moving ahead with the second speaker for today, which is Toastmaster Samita Kar, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra. I believe both of you are there in the room.
Yes.
Toastmaster Samita is a 3-time Triple Crown Award winner. Samita has completed 3 pathways and regularly represents her club at the area level contest. She is a dynamic soft skills trainer with a dream to empower women leaders. She boosts confidence, communication, and careers. Toastmaster Samita would be attempting her level 1, project number 4 of the pathway dynamic leadership. The project name is evaluation and feedback, which is a second speech. Timer, please note the time duration is for 5 to 7 minutes. The speech title is My Grandpa. So Toastmaster Samita Kar, My Grandpa, Toastmaster Samita Kar, over to you.
Thank you, Timothy. Just let me tell the evaluator that for the first speech, I had got an evaluation of vocal variety between characters that could bring more distinct clarity in the speech. That is the feedback which I am looking for. So can you please repeat the title and the name once again?
Sure. Toastmaster Samita Kar, My Grandpa, Toastmaster Samita Kar. Over to you.
How many of you, when you speak, you have a point of view? Raise your hands. You have a point of view, clear point of view when you're speaking. And how many of you get really upset when people don't see your point of view? They do not agree to your point of view. Now, we always have certain point of views in our mind and we hold on to them tightly, thinking that is what it is all about. What I am saying is true. What I know is true. It so happened that my father and my daughter, that is my daughter's grandfather and the little granddaughter, both of them had a unique relationship. Whenever I went during holidays, my father would drop everything and come play with her, talk to her. She was the princess. At certain points, I would go to my mother to say, Mom, your child is here. My mom would smile and say, Yes, you are there, but she's our princess. The title I thought belonged to me. Going on with life, one summer, we were going to our hometown, and as usual, it was an 18 to 20 hours train journey. The station was in sight. The train decides, I will not move. You know, at that moment, what happens? You can see the destination. It is right in front, but you can't reach it because the train is not moving. Eagerly, we took our luggage and stood in front of the gate as if that will make us go faster. With a kid along with you, you know how during these times patience goes away. She was getting restless. There was a man standing in front of the door. He turned around and said, So, where are you going? Now, we belong to a very small town, so we talk to one another. I said, I'm going to a place called Chota Tegra. There's a very good doctor there, you know, Dr. Pal. He's my family doctor. Now, if you don't know what does my doctor means, my doctor means your family doctor who treats for everything. My daughter's eyes grew big. She pulled me aside and said, Mama, is this man talking about grandpa? I said, Yes, dear, he is talking about grandpa. How come he knows grandpa? I said, like, he's a doctor, so people come to him, they get treated. But he's my grandpa. I said, Yeah, he is your grandpa, but he has a life beyond that too. She was not satisfied. Her feel like a prince when she comes there. Whenever she's at home, my father is there to attend to her. Whenever he's going out to his clinic, he just comes and asks her, What should I bring today? Apples or grapes? Which sweet do you want to eat? So she thought her grandfather goes out to a clinic only to buy things for her. She was very unhappy. She pulled me aside and said, Does this man call my grandfather grandpa? I said, No, he doesn't do that. He calls him the doctor. Is there anyone else who calls my grandfather a grandpa? I said, Yeah, he is around 85, 87 years old. So there are people who call him grandfather. My daughter by this time had got really frustrated. How come in this world someone else can take my grandfather? He is my grandfather. I tried to explain to her that my father has a life. I said, Listen here, I am his daughter. She said, Yes, you're his daughter. But then he's my grandfather. I understood from where she was coming. And what I tried next was try to give her some perspective of how my father, as an individual, was a doctor, was a husband, was a father. was a social worker who was doing a lot of social services, and her grandfather also. But this little mind of hers could not grasp that. She went on pulling me aside and talking to me about how her grandfather was her grandfather. He cannot be divided amongst others. I stood there thinking to myself, I know she's a little girl. I tried to give her perspective, which she refused to see. She was holding on tight to her belief that her grandfather was only and only her property. As the train was finally started moving and the train was coming to the platform, I thought to myself, isn't this what we do in life? We look at one point of view and then think that is the truth. That is actually not the truth. That is only one chapter of a whole book. Do we try to look at the whole book? Do we try to read the other chapters, find out the other chapters that are there? Or do we most of the time hold on, like my daughter, that this is the correct view? Next time, when you try to prove a point, when you want everyone to listen to you, take a step back. Try and look at the whole book instead of that single chapter that you read. And maybe you will realize, like my daughter, my grandfather is not only my grandfather, but he has different roles in life to play. Over to you. Deontay.
Thank you so much, Namistakar, for this interesting take on the topic. I was looking forward to your speech since the topic is interesting by itself. Before we move ahead, I would like to quickly check with our timer. Do we have any disqualifications, timer?
Yes, Deepak Misra spoke for 4 minutes 17 seconds. I think even with that, it's 4 minutes 30 seconds, even with the.
Got it, sure. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jay Parekh. Before we go ahead and take a quick break right now, I would like to quickly let you all know, since the topic is about pets, so would like to see some of the photos of your pets, be it either cats, dogs, or I guess one of our member also mentioned Cub. So if anyone could actually come back with your quick pic of your pet, and we can also have some quick discussion on your pet stories before we move ahead to table topics. So now we'll go ahead and take a quick 5 minutes break. Timer, please let us know once 5 minutes is up. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I could actually see the pic from, I guess, Toastmaster Deepa, Toastmaster Pushpak, and his cow there, which is really cute. Anyone else who's got the pet photos or your memories with them, please do share it in the chat window. So before we move ahead and get to hear more about your stories, I would like to share my personal experience with my pets. I was always a dog lover throughout my life. I never thought I could actually own a cat at one point of time. It's always been dogs from my childhood. And the reason behind that was I always thought that cats are not loyal like how dogs are, because dogs are loyal, they are faithful, and they're always your companion throughout your life. But I could never see a cat being there because I've always heard from my other friends that cats like to have their own space, they like to stay aloof, and they don't try to mingle much with humans. But I guess the time I started owning a cat, I guess my perspective or my mindset towards that totally changed. And I guess it all depends on how you actually make them feel comfortable at home or how you comfort them, because they do reciprocate that back to you at one point of time. So whether it's dogs or cats, I guess it all depends on how you bring them up and how comfortable you make them feel. So I guess now for me, it's both dogs and cats without any distinguish between them. I guess I own both, but unfortunately my dogs have passed away. So I've owned like two stray cats right now at home and one Himalayan breed. Yeah, so the pic that I've actually posted in the chat window are my recent pets, and I do currently have the cats with me. Would anyone else like to come forward and share your experience? I know Pushpak already did, and Deepa already did. Anyone else who owns, might not just be cats or dogs or any other pets, that you would like to come forward and share your experience? I know distinguished Saurav is actually traveling. Anyone else? No pet lovers? How about you, Ritu? No pets at home?
I have two things I'd like to say here.
Okay.
I have cynophobia. That's like phobia of animals or dogs, actually fear of dogs. It's called cynophobia. So I've been keeping quiet because I have nothing there to share. But having said that, when I met my husband, before the first year of our marriage, and I was pregnant with my firstborn, he had a pet. So I have experienced it firsthand. And he was very young, and so he would jump. It was a Labrador. I would reach from work first, and he needed to be petted. As you entered the house, somebody had to pet him because he was home alone the whole day, right? And I was the last person he would expect that from. So I would run to the room, come out. By then, he'd broken something near a little bar, curios, lying glass curios. He'd pick something up and break it. Anyhow, once he would settle, I sat down on the dining table and I sat him down. It was only me and him. I said, listen, I am not very comfortable with you, and I think you realize that. I really had a heart-to-heart with him. His name was Buzo. I said, Buzo, I am not comfortable with you. You jump too much. I am carrying a baby. It's uncomfortable. I've already lost my balance. Please, can you not jump when I come home? I don't know what changed. That was the day when I would enter, he would come running and then he would, oh my God, this woman told me not to jump on her. Yeah, forget it. Then he would jump on somebody else. My mother-in-law standing, he would just jump on her while she'd been home the whole time. So it was a really interesting experience I had. Although I never got over my fear, I did stay with Buzo for a year. And a lot of people say stay have your own and you will get over it. I haven't gotten over it, but I also haven't gotten down to the basics of it. How did I get this phobia? The search is still on, the investigation is still on, and the mystery still remains, and I still am xenophobic. Back to you, Timon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Ritu, for sharing that experience. As we can all understand, I guess they do understand our expressions and emotions at one point of time. And as she didn't, jump back on you, I guess that's a good experience to share. Hope you do have pets or start coming over your phobia at one point of time. But thank you for coming forward. I guess our distinguished Toastmaster Saurav has raised his hand. Yes, Saurav, please. Looking forward for your experience with both your pets.
So I have got both dogs and cats. I've got right now I've got 3 dogs and 2 cat, 1 cat. One of the cat has died. So a lot of pets at home. One thing, but the story is not about me. So this was when I was in the US. So this was very early days in US, and I was invited by one of my colleagues there. Her name was Leslie EMI, and Leslie invited me and her husband, my boss, to her house, and for dinner. And she said, "Oh, you would love." Just that day in the afternoon, we were having lunch, and Arun was my boss, and Leslie. And Leslie said, "Oh, I'm so excited to show you my home." And Jack and Jill, they would also love to see you. And Jack is all over the house. So I was pretty sure Leslie was talking about her pets and all that. And I was like, okay, yeah, same. We are also very excited. He said, then she said something. She said, Jack, she doesn't even tell me. She crawls up to the bed. I was like, crawls up to the bed? Climbs up to the bed makes sense. What does that crawls up to the bed? He said, you don't know, that day he was hiding under the carpet. I was hiding under the carpet. I'm like, what is Jack exactly? She said, oh, Jack is a python, and Jack and Jill, they're so cute pythons. I'm like, okay. And Arun and I, we had a quick glance at each other. And the rest of the time, afternoon, we just kept thinking, what is the right excuse to make to not meet Jack and Jill? And finally, we did not meet Jack and Jill. So I can totally relate with what Ritu just mentioned. I have pets at home, and if you have heard about those families where they, call them daughters and sons, and tries to also tell you, see Ritu auntie is here, say hi to your dog. Yes, exactly. I'm that kind of a family, and that's something that I understand now with Jack and Jill kind of experiences. That yes, we are pet lovers, and there are people who actually don't like pets, or they are scared of pets, and that's totally okay. That's what makes us humans. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Distinguished Saurav, for sharing that story. I guess quite unique from the other stories that we have heard till now of having snakes as pets. But hopefully someday, I guess, can't imagine having that now. But yeah. Thank you so much for sharing all your stories. I know our guest, Uttara, also has a dog at home. Would you like to share your experience quickly, like for 30 seconds, Uttara, if you can hear me?
I can. I can hear you. My dog is a walking food vacuum cleaner. His name is Sultan. He is 5, almost 5. He's going to be 5 in December. I have always been a dog lover, and I have grown up with Indies. We call them Indies now. They used to be known as street dogs earlier, but I've always grown up with them. I have way too many experiences for me to share about Sultan, but let me start with why I even named him Sultan. Sultan comes from the name that was given to a street dog that I grew up with. He was when I say I grew up with him, I mean I literally grew up with him. My mother had christened him Sultan, and he behaved like one. So he used to come and sit in our front yard with his paws like this, and he could sit there like that for hours. There would be a dog fight happening at the end of the lane, but he would sit here and give his commands almost like a king. We would go out and put food for for our other street dogs. He would just walk across the gate, go there, growl, and the others would run away. However, he was a king only in his own territory, and it was not easy for him to survive outside. But Sultan Senior was 15 years old when the Mumbai Municipality Corporation took him away. Those days there was no neutering, there was no sterilization of dogs, and therefore they should just take them away and put them to sleep. Um, Sultan could not hear. He was 15. He could not hear. He could not. His eyes had given way. His teeth had fallen. His vocal cords were gone. But he had the grit and he had the royalty of a king. And that is the reason when I got Sultan. By the way, what I also want to share with you is when I decided to get a dog, I wanted 2 black labs, and I thought I'm going to name one Shakal and the other one Mogambo. But this time, when I got Sultan and he was 37 days old, just a little puppy, I don't know what got into me. And I said, I'm going to call him Sultan because he's going to remind me of that 15-year-old boy who was taken away from me. So that is my little experience and my little story of how I got Sultan and how I named him the way I did. Why did I name him the way I did? So that's a little experience I thought I should share with you.
Thank you so much, Uttara, for also sharing the pic of your pet and
Thank
also
you.
for sharing this wonderful experience with your pets. Thank you so much. So I guess in the interest of time, we'll be moving ahead with the table topics. So it's time to test your reflexes. So I don't mean chasing a ball or a laser point now, but it's about table topics, which is like playing fetch for the mind, quick and spontaneous. So now I would like to call upon our table topic master, which is Toastmaster Ritu, an image consultant, a personal branding coach, grooming and etiquette expert, a passionate yoga teacher, and a former hotelier with a sales background. She has also been the past president of the Gabbys Toastmaster Club. Over to you, Toastmaster Ritu.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi. Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. The ability to think and speak spontaneously is an important and valuable skill, both in your personal and professional lives. Won't you all agree? Well, Table Topics provides you that opportunity to practice impromptu thinking and speaking. Impromptu speeches are also a great way to inculcate quick thinking and honing critical thinking skills. It helps you develop confidence in public speaking and also refine your communication skills. 3 precursor points to keep in mind before attempting table topics. Each speaker, after receiving the topic, gets 10 seconds to think before they start speaking. So make good use of those 10 seconds to organize your thoughts. The timer will start with the first word. You must speak for a minimum of 1 minute to qualify, but you can go on to up to 2 minutes, 30 seconds. The timer screen will be providing the cues. Lastly, please do use the word of the day, synergy, during your speech if applicable. Ladies and gentlemen, gear up, put on your thinking caps, and let's begin. May I invite my first volunteer? Anybody? Deepa, is that a thumbs up or are you volunteering? Okay, Ashwini, please unmute yourself.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good morning. Are you a member?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Are you a pet lover?
Not for this long, but yeah, recently my dad has got a small dog, so yeah, I have started maybe talking to him. I love talking to him, but otherwise, I'm really scared of dogs and cats. I stay away from them. Yeah.
Okay, I relate to that to a large extent. All right, the question for you. Which animal do you identify yourself most with? And which of their qualities, if you could incorporate in your life, what would those be? Which animal do you identify yourself most with, and which of their qualities you'd like to incorporate in your life? Over to you.
Great. Yeah. So I identify. As I told you, right. I started loving dogs a lot. Maybe my dog a lot. So because when we bought him home, he was just 2 days old, and whatever he has learned, it's basically whatever exposure we gave him, he has learned it that way. So I could see myself in him. So when I started noticing, he is now 2 months old. So when I started noticing how he has built up these habits with the way it doesn't enter my room. He only he only come till the door, and he doesn't enter, because I always told him, you should not enter, this is your border, you will not enter at any cost. By mistake, one day he just stepped in, and like within 1 second he just stepped out. So he is on his words. And one lesson from there is, you learn from what exposure you got. The second one is, he's so loyal. uh, just by hearing my voice, he wants to be with me. The love he has for me is, no words to express that. uh, I would be mostly traveling, and when I come home, the first thing I hear is his bark. So he wouldn't even recognize my voice. Maybe I wouldn't even uttered a word, but he would know that I'm home. So the loyalty, or the endless love he has for me. So I think these two things that I admire. And uh, if someone had told me that I would be attached to a dog so much, maybe 1 year, maybe 6 months back, I would say, what are you crazy or what? I hate dogs, and I'm so scared of them. So but now things have changed. So I think that's how we as humans also evolve, right? So that's my story, Toastmaster Ritu, and thank you for the topic. And over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwini. That was beautiful. Unconditional love, loyalty, and train them well. So you can train your mind as well, how you can overcome your mind if you trained it well. some good takeaways for us as well. Thank you. Moving on to our next volunteer. Do I see a hand raised? Anybody would like to take up the next topic? Malathi, can you please come on camera? That would be nice. We can see more expressions. Perfect. Thank you for coming on camera. For you, are you a pet lover as well? Why did I lose you? Okay, there.
No, I'm not a pet lover.
Okay.
I don't have any pet, yes.
Okay. So let me give you something interesting. If you were to fly on the wall, which iconic personality that you have been admiring all these years or recently would you like to be? Whose wall would you like to be on and why? If you were to fly on the wall, which iconic personality or your favorite personality you'd like to stalk by being on their wall? You can begin when you're ready.
Not sure whether I understood the question properly. Is it like which iconic personality I would have it in my wall? Is that the question?
No. Which, if you're a fly, like a little fly who can go buzzing all around, and you have this iconic person who you have been admiring for years, and you want to stalk them, what they do in their day. So how would you like to, who would it be and why would you want to stalk them?
Okay. I would, if I were a fly, I would like to observe the workings of Mr. Abdul Kalam. So I would like to see, where he's getting the energy in all the work that he's been done for our country. So right from his childhood, the way he has the determination and resilience with the environment, what he had, and then from there to come to, the missile world and then to contribute for our country. So I would like to see how he has learned that determination and how he has developed his passion. All those things I would like to understand, and then I like to also be part of his maybe learn from all those things and implement in my life. So that would be one thing that I would be doing it. And also maybe the way he has shaped himself with the environment, whatever he had, I will also try to do the same. Thank you.
I really enjoyed your take, Abdul Kalam. That is a beautiful one. And wouldn't we want to have more clones of him? So please go ahead, be a fly on his wall. Not that he's there, but it would have been nice if people can add more to the society and to humanity in general. Thank you. Thank you for your take on that. Let me go with the listener Sanjay Gupta. I see your hand up.
Hi, Toastmaster Ritu.
Yes. So you have a pet at home?
Not when I was growing up. We had two dogs, but not anymore now.
Okay. So I want to ask you, do you think if your pet could speak to you like a human being, would your relationship be the same? If your pet could speak to you like a human being, would your relationship be the same?
That's a good one. I think, yeah, personally for me, I think the relationship would be similar, if not exactly same. Maybe I'll say I can use that word, but because I feel emotions speak louder than the words many a times. If we kind of have that emotion, have that connect with our personal pets, then we kind of, the words are just kind of fillers, right? And if you don't invest in emotion, words can't fill them up in some sense. So that, and when I was growing up, we had two Parmelians. I think the first one we got when I was at five and a half, and the other one we got at when we were 7. and they both stayed with us for 12 and a half to 13 years on their life. So and because I was growing up, I was the youngest in the home, and they connected with me, and they came to me, and they will kind of through their tongue lick me, and those kind of experiences. So I had a very personal connect, and I felt that emotions kind of speak for themselves, and we don't need words with them. So yeah, that's a quick one for me.
That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thought because emotions don't change and they express quite explicitly when they have to, right? So that definitely may not change. Content may change, but that's open for debate for other people as well to ponder over.
Yeah.
But thank you. Thank you for your take. Let's move to the next one. Prapurna, would you like to unmute yourself? And I'll come
Yes.
back to Michael and Pallavi, but I think that's all the time we would have. Three more speakers. So Prapurna, your question.
Yes.
When you are stressed in life due to stressful situations or you're facing difficulties, do you find yourself barking at the challenges, or you find yourself purring through your problems with calmness? And if you could give us an example to go with that.
Yes. Thank you, Table Topics Master Ritu, for the topic. So, whenever I'm stressed, I used to bark the problems earlier. Then I felt it only adds up the frustration, and it doesn't solve any of my problems further. So I stopped it. So I found what all the alternatives I can do. So some people will do meditation, some people will just go on a walk, something like that. So I figured out like solo traveling is a best option for that. So when I go on a solo traveling, I'll meet lots of people. They offer various perspectives. You find a different world altogether. So with those things, then I feel the problems that we feel in a day-to-day life are just they doesn't matter at all. So find yourself the best thing that you can divert your mind into, and get perspectives from various people that are there in this world. And once you meet all these people, then you feel our life is just a small peck in this beautiful globe. So recently, I went on a trip to Kashi where I attended the Ganga Aarti, and people near the banks of River Ganga, they are gathered, almost 500 people like that. So I was wondering, why are we bothering about all our frustrations and all? People are happy, enjoying getting together. Why can't we be like that? So I really agree with you. We shouldn't bark our problems. It only adds up the frustration. Life goes on. Just move along with that. Uh, that's my take on it. Thank you, Toastmaster Ritu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prapurna. That was a beautiful take. And you're right. Barking has not got us anywhere. And I can tell you from my experience, I have two young adults at home, teenage, they've just become into their little bit of adulthood. And barking has never helped. So I have to be this mature, calm person. I learned much later in life, and more, you're achieving nirvana sooner than most of us. I applaud that. Be on that track, and definitely it is the right one. And hopefully it works for you as well in life. Toastmaster Michael, let's get you to take the next topic. Well, in I would like to talk about a mentor in your life. If you've had a mentor in your life, how did they tend to bark their advice on you or offer a purring kind of support? And if you'd like to share how that shaped your learning.
Okay, thank you, Table Topic Master Ritu, for such a wonderful topic. Mentors are always need in life, and recently, for the past 2 years, I have learned a lot. So previous, when I just want to take you back to my school days. At that time, I had a mentor for my volleyball team. Okay, so but I didn't realize that was a mentorship. He marked us like anything, even if I make some mistakes. I was a setter in that three-member team, so my responsibility is more. Even if he make small mistakes, he used all the bad languages. But at that time, it feels very frustrated for us. Okay, but no, why I joined this team? I should no, I should not be here. But after some time, when we go to the zone as well as the district, those reflections we will be able to see. Our PD physical education master is the best. Okay, the way he provides practice, and if you don't do that, he don't go in a quiet way like other physical education master. He was bark like anything else. Okay, but the outcome is so good. Okay, so that has shaped my volleyball team. Even when I completed 10th standard, I was not into that. But 11th and 12th, I was in the volleyball team. We achieved a great achievements. I won the as a team. We won the zonal, divisional, and then we went till state. But when it comes to practice, my mentor always barked like with all bad languages. But yeah, we should not take all these things. When we go for the matches, he just told us one thing before the match: don't take all my words, focus on your match. So that's how I shaped. Thank you, and over to you, Ritu.
Well, I'm glad it worked for you, all the barking. We've also grown up with the stick rule, and now I don't know how much it works, but yes, it has shaped you, and I'm happy to hear that about your story, and thank you for sharing that. I have time for one more. I'll first give the option to Pallavi if you're still there. Otherwise, we have Deepak who's raised his hand. I have time for only one more. Pallavi had raised it before, so I'll go with Pallavi, Deepak. I'm sorry, next time for sure. Okay, Pallavi, are you? Okay, there I see you now. Yes. Pallavi, in friendships, some people bark about their achievements, while others are more modest. Which type are you? People bark about their friendships, about their achievements in friendships, boast about them, and some of them are more of the purring nature or more modest. Which one do you think you identify with?
Thank you so much. That is lovely topic, and um, uh, according to the way I am brought up is like simple living, high thinking. So here my father says only the small coins make a noise, whereas the note never make a noise. So if you have some value, then you don't need to be a louder. You yourself, your personality should show what you are rather than you yourself boasting about what you have achieved, or let other people appreciate you rather than you yourself appreciating. So I'm that kind of person who don't like to share the achievement. But nowadays, with LinkedIn, everybody's showing their, so I'm a bit confused whether we should share our achievement so that the people may know, because nowadays the social medias, everybody's there showing their achievements and their proud moments. So now I am in a fix, but as a basic temperament, I think let your personality, your value, yeah, and your nature should let the people judge rather than yourself boasting about how you are and what you want to. Yeah. Back to the Toastmaster, and thank you for that wonderful topic. Yeah.
The wealthy, the rich talk, the wealthy whisper. I resonate with what you just said, Pallavi, and I also don't like to tweet my horn, blow my horn on social media, but I think it is the need of the hour. It's a catch-22. We're not sure where to position, but how much to share still lies in our control. If it's useful, please share. Otherwise, I think some things are best kept to yourself. I hope I brought synergy with all my questions to the topic of the day, Toastmaster of the day. Sri Lakshmi, back to you. Thank you for everybody who participated. Round of applause.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ritu, for this wonderful topics as part of the table topic session. So now we'll actually move ahead with the general evaluation. But before I call upon our general evaluator, every pet owner knows that feedback and proper synergy matters. So whether it's a gentle purr of approval or a firm bark of correction, our evaluators are here to help us grow. So now I would like to call upon our Toastmaster Mamta, our general evaluator for the day. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shri Lakshmi. Let's move into the evaluation segment, the heart of every Toastmasters meeting. This is where we give constructive feedback to help each other grow and shine. We had two prepared speeches today, and each will be evaluated by an assigned evaluator. Our first evaluator is Toastmaster Deepa Bhandari, who will evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Deepak Mishra. Toastmaster Deepak Bhandari from Bangalore, a BCom graduate and working for a French bank, love eating, traveling, and a fitness enthusiast trying to find her way back into the journey of public speaking where she felt it a few years back. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepa Bhandari.
Thank you, Madam GE. Good morning, everybody. Toastmaster Deepak, congratulations on completing your project and thank you for sharing your story with all of us with such humility and candidness. The objective of your project was to create a story and have an impact with the audience. I can definitely say that you have connected with all of us through your story. The way how you explained how people and how the society usually expects us to be always good, though their way of good may not actually be really good. I like the way how you told us about the way how you felt, that how people did not really wanted to see what you wanted or how you felt, how they made you feel. It actually made me feel like going back to my your story helped me connect to my personal instances, so I was really able to connect to your story bang on with an impact. And I'm very sure that the audience here as well has been able to connect and resonate to your story. I like the transition that you had from your title to your story and how you ended up with your life partner. So congratulations to you on that happy ending. From my side, I have a couple of suggestions for you that can help you have an impact with your storytelling and connecting with the audience, maybe a little bit more better for the next time onwards. One is avoid saying, I'm here to give a speech, because we all know that you are here to give a speech. Better to start bang on your speech. Second is, since your project was about storytelling and connecting with the audience, I would suggest you to use emotions. When you said you there was instances when you felt being afraid, scared, you felt nervousness, you froze, etc., right? So I would suggest to use a little bit of drama and that facial expressions. And finally, when attempting speech online, especially when you're attempting projects like these, right, I would request you to kindly place your camera and request you to stand up so we are able to see your entire body movement. Maybe not full body movement, but at least half till where your hands are covered when you are laying it down. And also I would suggest that when you're attempting speech online, especially on such type of projects, right, make use of that camera space. like go have a little bit of a body movement, have a little bit of an interaction with the audience, ask questions, talk to the audience. Maybe not too much, maybe one or two question also may help you have that interaction with the audience. Overall, I must say a very good speech. Your personal story connected with all of us. And I am a person who loves happy endings. So I'm really happy for you for your personal accomplishment. Just a little bit of work on audience interaction, expressions, and a little bit of a body movement, and making use of that camera space is going to make your speech a wow speech. Otherwise, a very good job. Back to you, GE.
Thank you so much, Deepa. Thank you.
Thank you for your encouraging feedback. Now, our second evaluator, Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra, who will evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Samita Kar. Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra is a chartered accountant with over 6 years of experience in accounting, auditing, taxation, and financial reporting. He is currently the assistant manager in finance controllership at Levy's, where he brings his hands-on experience in auditing, handling, MIS reporting, and regulatory compliance. His role reflects a strong foundation in finance and a dedication to ensuring accuracy and adherence to financial regulations. Over to you, Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra.
Thank you, General Evaluator. First of all, congratulations, Toastmaster Shamita, to delivering the engaging speech for Project 4, Level 1 on evaluation and feedback. You had a personal story and it was totally engaging with audience. Your body movement was awesome and it was connected with audience. You have a very extremely strong narrative skills. Couple of suggestions which I have, which you may want to work on, that your vocal variety, especially pacing of the tone, like how you can put stress on some of the words which require audience engagement. You can also challenge yourself by working on your facial expression, that how you can connect your facial expression with your story. That's all from my side. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you for your detailed and thoughtful evaluation. Now let's move on to the table topics evaluation. To evaluate our table topics speakers, please welcome our table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Saurav Datta, DTM. Over to you, Saurav Datta, DTM.
Can you just finish up? I'm just causing the toll. Can you just finish up this one, and then I'll do it. Hello. Can you finish up the listener or the grammarian first?
Okay.
Just 2 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay. Now let's hear from my TEL team for their reports. First, I will call upon our timer, Toastmaster Jeb Parekh, to present the time report. Toastmaster Parekh, over to you.
Can I press? Can you allow screen sharing for?
Okay. You can share now, yeah.
Toastmaster Jay, sorry, you're on mute. If you're talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, there have been two disqualifications. One, Deepak Mishra. The minimum time is 5 minutes, and with the 30 seconds exception, it should be 4:30. So, and one for evaluation for Pushpak Mishra. The time is 2 to 3 minutes, and with the 30 minutes extension, it should be at least 1 minute and 30 seconds. And that's it. Back to you, General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay Parekh, for keeping us on time. Next, I will request our language evaluator, Toastmaster Parpurna, to share the language report.
Yes,
Over to
sure.
you, Toastmaster Parpurna.
Just let me share the screen.
Toastmaster Prapuna, are you here?
Yeah. Are you able to see the screen?
Okay, we can
Yes.
see the screen, but we couldn't hear you if you're talking.
Now is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, in today's meeting, I would like to give the list of noteworthy phrases, quotes, and the areas of improvement, and the word of the day, whether it is used or not. First, coming to Sorodatta, distinguished Toastmaster Sorodatta, our presiding officer, used the idioms over the moon, bite the bullet. And our joke master, Michael Joshua, has used we are in the same sinking boat. And in areas of improvement, I would say destroy the English language is correct, but if you could have used it in a much better vocabulary, with much better vocabulary, it can be used as breaking the rules of English or playfully bend English rules. So Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi as T-Mod has used. If you are dog lovers or cat lovers, you're the true pacemakers of today's world. And she has used anaphora, if dogs could talk, and some other sentence if speakers can do this. And a good choice of word is stay aloof. Kudos to Timor for that. And in areas of improvement, I would say very well resonate to you is incorrect, resonates with you very well. It is not to, it is with. And she has used the word of the day. Kudos to Toastmaster of the day, Sri Lakshmi, for that. And coming to speaker one, Toastmaster Deepak Mishra has used rule of three twice when he told machines, tools, boys, and nuts, bolts, and talk. And also anaphora when you use the courage to speak, the courage to connect, and the courage to be yourself. If the areas of improvement, I would say, as you have chosen the storytelling theme, instead of using voice disappear or disappeared, you could have used a better vocabulary in the sense voice faltered into silence, voice vanished into thin air. These kind of phrases uh, improve the richness in your speech vocabulary. And Toastmaster Samitagar in her speech has used anaphora and metaphor also when she used how many of you have a point of view and how many of you another question followed by it anaphora, and she is our princess metaphora. And I couldn't figure out exactly which rhetorical device is this, but there's a good phrase that she has used, little mind of hers couldn't grasp it. And the areas of improvement, her eyes grew big is a casual in nature. If you want to use it in a formal way, her eyes grew wide, her eyes widened can be a better usage. Toastmaster Deepa Bandari has used ferocious, keep chasing on, bang on, Good choice of words. And area of improvement is little bit more better is an incorrect usage. A little better or slightly better would be a correct usage. And Toastmaster Ritu George has used xenophobia, home alone, honing critical thinking skills, and she has used word of the day. Kudos to Toastmaster Ritu George for that. And Toastmaster and Uttara Sharma has used walking food vacuum cleaner when she is referring to her dog. Sterilization. He has royalty of a king metaphor. Close to all the speakers. And distinguished Toastmaster Sorodatta has used crawls up to the bed during the table topics interaction. So this is my report for today's meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Papuna, for those wonderful and detailed observations. And finally, our active listener, Toastmaster Sanjay Gupta, will test how well we all listened throughout the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay Gupta.
Thanks, Toastmaster Mamta. So I have prepared a few questions. First, I want to ask, when Saurabh started the meeting and he talked about the charter, he said that there are some members that remained from the original charter. What is the number that
Three.
remained from 3? Who said that?
Prasang.
So thanks, Prasang. That's the right one. I think xenophobia was, I think, called out in Prapuna's speech as well. But I'm gonna say that, what was the name of the Ritu's dog or Ritu's husband's dog at that point of time? Does anyone remember that?
Sultan.
What was the name of Ritu's dog when she spoke about? It? Anyone?
Something like rock or some.
No. Okay, if no one, if I'm right, it was Buzo. Ritu, correct me if I'm wrong, but
No, no, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, good. When Uttara was introducing herself, she told which company she works with.
IBM.
IBM. Okay. Okay. Maybe this is the last one. When Malti was doing a table topics speech, she talked about whom she admired most. Who was this personality?
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Super. Thanks. I think that's all I had. Over to you, Mamta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay Gupta, for adding a fun twist to learning. Now let's move on to the table topic evaluation. Please welcome our table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Saurav Datta, DTM. Over to you, Saurav Datta, DTM.
Thank you so much, Mamta. So the first topic was given to Ashwini, and her topic was that what qualities you want to inculcate. What qualities of any animal do you want to inculcate? Ritu, this topic you did not put on chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. If this is the topic.
Yes, that's correct.
What animal you think you are, and what qualities you want to inculcate, right? So this is a slightly longer topic, and it's basically in two parts. Whenever a topic is given in two parts, you have to be careful that are you answering both the part, right? So the first part was what animal do you want to be, right? And the second part is what qualities. So Ashwini, you answered the second part when you indirectly, rather, I would say, when you talked about your dad's pet, the dog that your dad has got home, but you never answered the first part, that what quality, what animal would you want to be, right? So I think that is something that you have to be very, very cautious, because in a longer topic, this is the problem that happens. But thanks for bringing in an anecdotal evidence rather than, just making it preachy. I think that is definitely a necessary condition for a good table topic. The next topic topic was attempted by Malti. If you could be a fly on the wall, whose wall would you like to be on to stalk, right? That was the topic. And Malti, so kudos to you to give an answer directly. Many a times what happens is people beat around the bush. You directly came to the answer, no ifs, no buts. It was like, it's APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, Malti, are you there on the call? I think she's not there. Okay. Yeah, she's there. Okay. Yeah. So, Malti, one thing is there's a logical inconsistency in the topic, in the speech. I'll tell you why. Because what is the average lifespan of a fly? Anyone? Do you know, Malti? It is 28 days, right? And you wanted to observe APJ Abdul Kalam right from his days in school all the way till he became the president and this one. So you have a lifespan of 28 days and you want to watch and stalk a person for 70 years. That's being a bit too ambitious, right? So I think that is where we have to be very careful. In the flow of emotions, we sometimes end up saying things which later we realize, oops, what did I just say, right? So this could be one of those kind of approaches. So be careful with table topics. Don't get carried away. The next topic was given to Sanjay, and the topic was, if your pet could speak to you like a human, what would your relation be the same? Sanjay, good anecdotal evidence when you talked about your pet. The only problem with your response is that you did not respond on the topic. So you did not speak on the topic. So the question was about relationship, right? So you talked about a lot of things, but you did not say whether the relationship will change or not change. I'm still looking for that answer, right? So it's a very direct question. You have to give a very direct answer. At the end of the day, I should walk away with a yes or no to that. I did not walk away with that. So I think that is something that I would want you to take care. Next topic was for Prapurna. When you're stressed in life, are you barking or purring? Again, Prapurna, solo traveling, is that barking or is that purring?
It's not
You
at
didn't
all
say that.
barking.
It is neither barking nor purring. It's probably scooting, right? And then you should say that, when I'm stressed out, I don't bark, I don't purr, I just scoot. And I go on a solo travel. That would have brought a connection of your story with the topic. Remember, you don't necessarily need to go with option A or option B. You say that I am going with option C. This is my option. But then you have to build a relation with the topic. You can't just say, okay, Ritu, whatever you ask me, I'm going to say this, right? So that's not for table topics. And I think the last speaker was Michael.
We can't hear you, Toastmaster Saurabh Datta. I think you're on mute.
Sorry, we can't hear you, Saurabh.
You're on mute.
Hello?
You're on mute.
Yeah, I guess now we can hear you, Saurabh.
Michael, did you hear my feedback or was I not audible?
Not
Okay, I'll
audible,
repeat that.
just now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. So the feedback that I had was that Michael, Ritu said when you summed up the topic, saying that good that the barking worked for you. But if I remember correctly, you never mentioned whether the barking worked for you. You gave conflicting signals. Your entire speech was about, you would have preferred him to not bark, but the stories were more like the barking worked, right? So your evidences and your message were conflicting each other, not supporting each other. This is again a very common this thing that we say. In fact, I remember I gave a speech once where I sang a song and I sang it beautifully for a change. And I said, I will never sing a song because I can't sing. And I came last in that contest because judges thought that I'm a pathological liar, right? So that's something we have to be careful about, that the example and the point should support each other, not contradict each other. That's it from my side. Thank you so much. And this thing for Ritu, I probably the GE will cover, but I'm just taking the liberty here.
Ritu, please make the topic short. Some of your topics were longer than the speaker, it's the speech itself, right? So please ensure that your topics are not more than 8 to 10 words. You don't need to explain the topic. Like, for example, I just pick up one example. You said that, for Malti, you said that if you were a fly, which iconic figure wall you would want to sit on, or a celebrity, or someone you like to stalk. Don't have to explain so much. If you were a fly, who would you stalk? If you were a fly, who would you stalk? That's it. Let the person make the rest of it, right? How do you know it has to be an iconic figure? I would want to stalk on my crush, right? Why would I want to stalk a celebrity, right? So that could also be a possibility. Okay, thank you so much, and back to you, General Evaluate.
Sorry, sir, my feedback, Pallavi.
Pallavi's topic, did I miss? One second. Okay, your topic was, oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. So, Pallavi, your topic was in your friend circle, do people bark or purr? Was that your topic?
Yes, sir.
No, it was about achievements, how you bark about your achievements, or you're modest.
Right. Yeah. But it was in the context, again, see, Ritu, the topic was a little bit long. So somewhere you mentioned friends and somebody mentioned about achievements. So I'll put it this way. Pallavi, you actually covered it well. I'm so sorry. I have a note of it also. So yes, so you had a very good correlation with the sound that you said. In fact, this entire phrase that which Ritu, again, you had a phrase that the notes don't make a noise, the coins make a noise, and then Ritu had a beautiful phrase of saying that the rich shout, the wealthy whisper, right? So I think these are lovely lines, and they actually tie back to it. So, but again, be a little bit more direct in terms of what are you preferring, right? So you are kind of leaving it, मैं तो इतना ही बोलूंगी आगे का तुम समझ लो types. It does not happen like that, right? This is all I would say, lest you understand. Don't leave it to my imagination and interpretation. Complete your messaging. Take it all the way to the finishing line in terms of saying this. So this is what I think, that we don't need to shout to get heard. We don't need to shout to make felt. We just need to be present, we need to be sincere, and we need to communicate with impact, something like that. So that would be a closing statement. So that strong conclusion is what was only missing. That's it. And my sincere apologies, Pallavi, for missing out.
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. Now it's time for my overall evaluation of the meeting. The meeting started on time with our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Pasang Mani, who maintained order and discipline perfectly. Our President, Toastmaster Saurabh Datta, gave a warm and motivating opening, setting the tone for a wonderful meeting ahead. There was a great synergy in your words. You made sure that everyone is available and has renamed themselves properly. You aware us about the 5 years journey of the Gabbys Club. 3 members, Toastmaster Aparna, Toastmaster Nancy, and Toastmaster Saurav, who are from starting and the roots of the club. The Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, conducted the meeting smoothly with a wonderful theme, Bark the Talk, Purr the Walk. Right from the beginning, you captured our attention with your confident presence and kept the energy alive, and ensured that all segments were well connected. Everyone was involved in the beautiful theme, and there are many people who love pets. Some love cats, some love dogs, and some love cows. And they have the name of their pets also. And it was very amazing. Our joke master, Toastmaster Michael, brought smiles and made sure laughter became part of the learning. Our speakers delivered well prepared and engaging speeches. First speaker, Toastmaster Deepak Mishra, explained about himself, a good boy, and delivered a beautiful message. Being good is not enough, you need courage also. Our second speaker, Toastmaster Samita, explained about a wonderful relationship and attachment between grandfather and granddaughter. The structure was easy to follow, and the flow was very smooth with strong expressions and sharper transitions. Table topic master Ritu George. You gave the beautiful and interesting topics and kept the theme alive, and there was a great synergy in your voice. And my TEL team, timer, language evaluator, and listener performed their duties effectively and kept the meeting sharp and educational. Our timer helped speakers stay within their allotted time. Good time management is a key part of effective communication. Our language evaluator, Toastmaster Parpuna, played a blended role of accounter, grammarian, and word master very efficiently. She listened carefully to our words, appreciated good uses, and helped us refine our language. Our active listener, Toastmaster Sanjay Gupta, made sure we are all paying attention throughout the meeting and later tested us with some fun and tricky questions. You could frame, sorry, both speech evaluators gave balanced and insightful feedback, helping the speakers improve further. The first evaluator, Toastmaster Deepa Bhandari, gave constructive and engaging feedback and followed the CRC format. Our second evaluator, Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra, gave the positive feedback. And our table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Saurabh Datta, DTM, gave clear and constructive suggestions that will help our impromptu speakers. Overall, it was well planned, engaging, and inspiring meeting that reflected teamwork and enthusiasm, the true Toastmaster spirit. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Udare.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamta. So before I hand over the baton to the presiding officer, I would like to thank all of you for your active participation in today's meeting. So as we wrap up based on the theme, which is Bark the Talk, Purr the Walk meeting, I hope you've all found your inner pet spirit, the one that reminds you to speak up when needed, listen quietly when it matters, and always bring warmth to every interaction. Thank you all once again. And now I would like to hand over the baton to our presiding officer, Distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta.
Yes, I will take the session.
Sure, Toastmaster Samita.
Let us hear for our Toastmaster of the day, Sri Lakshmi. Let us give a round of applause for the wonderful topic she had brought in and made us think about what we actually relate to, dogs or cats. I am neither a dog lover or a cat lover, but what I am is I'm a pet aunt. Why a pet aunt? Because my brother is a pet lover. He had numerous pets in his lifetime, let it be fish, pigeon, cow, hens, rooster, guinea pigs. I don't know what else he had. So I only had to do one thing, play with them. The rest of the work he used to do. So I am a pet aunt, coining a new word. So all the overall, we had a very wonderful meeting. Our guests are there. I would like our guests to give us a quick feedback. Geeta here, I can see you. Can you unmute and speak? You were there throughout the meeting. Yeah.
Yeah,
So can you give a quick feedback?
sure. This has been my first attempt to this Gabbys club. So I was introduced by one of my senior Toastmaster. Sorry, I think I was speaking on mute. Did you hear
No,
me?
hear
Okay.
you.
Yeah. So is it really advanced Toastmaster club? I just saw that label. So
Yes.
does it make
This
sense
is
to me?
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Advanced Toastmasters Club is on Tuesdays. This is the Gabbys Toastmasters Club.
Okay, okay. So I felt all the roles were exhibited fine, and since I'm learning, so I was most of the time observing the vocabulary part of it because that came out very well for me, and which I always loved, improving upon myself on those aspects. Apart from that. Timer role and grammarian roles, everything, and active listener, everything was perfectly executed. So for me, most of the time, my observation was on the body language and the vocabulary part of it. And the feedback Saurav Datta was talking about, table topics caught me more because since I am a beginner, so there was a lot of learning from his feedback that I could take away. That we got to be very careful when we are talking about and like in that small gap before we pick up on the content and speak to the 30-second, I mean, to 1 to 2 minutes time. So that was inspiration and takeaway for me. Um, yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah. Thank
The
you so
link
much.
is there in the chat box. Please, all of you, vote for your favorite role takers and speakers. Yes, I can see Uttara Sharma, you were there throughout the meeting. Definitely, we would like, with quick 30 seconds,
Sure.
can you tell us?
I think it's a very, let me rephrase that. I think I've had my Saturday morning well invested. What stood out for me was when Toastmaster Saurav Datta spoke about the length and the simplicity of the topics that are given. Because what we are here to do is set everyone up for success. And with the simplicity of the topic and the simplicity of the explanations, we'll be able to bring more clarity in the minds of and in the speeches of the speakers. So that is something that stood out for me. I'm looking forward to actually now joining the Gabbys Toastmasters Club and learning from each one of you as the days go by.
Definitely. Thank you. You're most welcome. And you can join the Gabby's guest group and our BPE. We can connect and definitely you can join. So
Sure.
for those of you who don't know, we at Gabby's, we have three clubs, but we are one family. So one, we meet on Saturdays 10 to 12, and the second, the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmaster Club, we meet on Tuesdays 7:30 to 9:30. So two clubs, and we have lots of roads to take and speeches to deliver. Yes, anyone else wants to give a quick feedback about the meeting? Okay, so I think our polls, all of you, I think, have voted for the polls. Well, that's important, When we do our work, we always want to know, am I doing enough? Could it be a little better? As Uttara had rightly pointed out, that evaluation. And when we get that feedback that yes, I had done the best in today's meeting, that gives the spirit, to come back in the next meeting and take up another role and keep on working on it. Because everyone likes appreciation. Who doesn't like to feel of being appreciated for what you have for? So yes, definitely keep on moving. So we have done with the results. And the best auxiliary role taker is Toastmaster Prapurna. A big round of applause to Toastmaster Prapurna for putting forth all those vocabulary words and where we could have done better. Best role taker of today is none other than our TMOD, Sri Lakshmi. Big round of applause for Sri Lakshmi for putting in such a wonderful topic and making us think about it. Best table topic speaker is also our Toastmaster Prapurna. Big round of applause for Prapurna. And best evaluator in It's none other than distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta for giving such a detailed evaluation. So with this, we come to the end of this meeting of 250th meeting of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Thank you everybody for joining in. See you on Tuesday with another meeting. Bye-bye, take care, and let's keep on learning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.